What's up, everyone? Welcome to the new Doctor Stone episode review. Came out earlier today. We're starting off by Senku seeking a way to communicate with Kohaku because they got split up in the last episode. We're seeing that he wants to make a little earpiece. He's trying to win this war the same way he won the last war, and that's communication. Communication is key. He makes the earpiece. All they have to do is hand it to Kohaku. It's pretty easy. They toss it at her. They told her to do a cute pose. She gets a little flustered, but it's kind of funny. I really like the way they do the art when characters are bugged or whenever they have to do something they're not comfortable with or something that's silly. I really do enjoy like the little more detailed drawings. So Senku and the rest of the gang, they're trying to figure out a way to get the petrification beam away from the warrior lady. And they realize that the only time she's not with the beam is when she tosses it. So they see that's their golden opportunity to grab the beam. And it was funny. This time I was like thinking, I was like, oh, what are they gonna build, like a drone or something? And it turns out that Senku does want to make a drone, and again kind of has like the same expressions that I did. I was like, what, like a drone? Like, how are they gonna do that? But of course, Senku being Senku, he knows a lot. He's very smart, so he figures out, kind of explains what they're gonna do. And first, they gotta like sneak up on her and make sure she throws it, um, and then catch her with the drone. All right, cut it over to the cave. They're making a little motor. That's probably Senku says that's the most important part, so they're gonna start with that. They're using a little piece from the lab, and they're using magnets just to make the motor run. Then we cut back to Amaryllis, Ginro, and Kohaku. They're finally making it to the palace. This place looks really cool. It looks kind of like the Jungle Book, a bunch of tree houses with a main house like all the way on top. I'm assuming that's where the king, the emperor, lives. So that's probably gonna be their target for now. We see some new characters. One that stands out is this big tough guy with a headpiece. Kind of looks like Egyptian origin. So be funny how they explain that. See what if that has to do with anything. But he looks pretty big. They'll probably end up fighting with him. He might be a issue later. Because he does stand out. He looks more buff than the other people, and everyone's doing CrossFit over there. I suppose something catches Kohaku's eye, and he asks Amaryllis if he can give her like 15 seconds, and she does. And the way she does this is by going up to the big new guy while he's flexing and just trying to showboat. And it's funny because he's big and tough, and the moment Amaryllis comes and like starts flirting with him a little bit and touches his muscles, he gets all flustered, all red. Pretty funny scene. So Kohaku jumps and starts leaping, really going X game modes, trying to find out what was under or what she saw, just trying to figure that out. But at the same time, the warrior lady came in a little bit earlier than expected. Well, I got that problem too. But anyways, Amaryllis is a little shocked because she didn't expect her to come by, and she didn't give Kohaku enough time. So she's worried about that. But luckily, Kohaku Spider-Man backs it to the little bridge that they got there, and they don't really suspect anything yet, or maybe they do and they're not saying anything. But you might find out later. All right, so it is mentioned by this new character, this old lady, that uh, the new group, isn't really gonna be in the palace for another week. So they got one more week to prepare or do whatever they need to do that. In the meantime, we got the science team back making a little go kart, or not a cart, one of those remote control carts from the motor that they made earlier. Looks pretty funny. Looks like a rat. They camouflage it like a rat. It's obviously not one, but they're kind of primitive, so they don't understand what they're seeing. So so they just assume that that's what that is. Kohaku got information that they're going to be sending a little thing to her, so she knows to capture the rat. Everyone's kind of scared of it, but it gets to Kohaku and she grabs it. But someone comes by and she sneakily puts it in her boobs, and I mean that's pretty sensical. That's what I do pretty much whenever I need some space. I just put my change or whatever in there too. Um, so if you do notice, or I noticed that Amaryllis, kind of has like the distracting. She can be a little like dainty, very flirtatious to the people around there. To be a distraction, Kohaku, pretty much the muscles and the athleticism to get stuff done quickly. And I was assuming maybe Ginru can do something as well. It was funny because they used the rat to get a message back to the science team, but Ginru has a flashback of when he's or when they're back in the village and they have like a little science class, which actually a writing class, where Kinru is taking it. And Ginru was like, "Oh, I'll take it with you." I was like, "Okay, like that's a little bit off character, but at least he'll be helpful in that regards." But it turns out it was just like a fake flashback, and the actual flashback was him just like, "Oh, you guys are like nerds, whatever. Like I'm gonna get out of here." Pretty funny scene. So he's kind of useless still. Very entertaining even for him. So Kohaku, thinking on her feet, on her toes, quickly tears a piece of her clothes and she bites her finger to get like blood. Do a little caveman drawing or a little calligraphy for them. She gets that. She gets the rat cart moving again. They get it back to Senku and the gang, but it's just like drawings. They're really trying to figure out what's going on or what do they need or what is she trying to tell them. Um, again, kind of explains to Senku that he's kind of like overthinking of what he thinks the message means. So they got to see it in a different way. They got to kind of like see it in her way, or in a way that she would think about saying something. So they do each drawing like in Japanese. They use the first sound to kind of figure out that they said we found platinum, which is what they went there for. And with that, they can save everyone. So yeah, not just do they have the task of getting rid of the king and getting the petrification beam, but now they know that there's platinum in that tree, so the stakes got a little bit higher. This episode went by pretty quick. I think like the next episode or the one after that, they're really gonna get to the nitty gritty. They're gonna start fighting. Stuff's gonna start picking up hopefully. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for joining. You guys enjoy the music.